Wednesday night, 8 p.m. PST, 11 p.m. EST. Chicago's in the middle. Thanks for showing up, everybody. It's Wednesday, and we have a great show for you tonight. Some of you are asking why maybe I'm wearing my martial arts pants tonight, and that's because we have a guest who is also a martial artist.
Live from Los Angeles, it's Joe's Room. Tonight, Riley Stearns.
Welcome to Joe's Room, everybody. What can I say? I want to get right to it because we have such a great guest today. We got to talking about what the film industry might look like during COVID and being social and just how we're surviving. He's a great artist, friend, athlete. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Riley Stearns here tonight.
Good to see you. How you doing? Riley Stearns, everybody in the room. How you been?
I've been great, man. Just trying to stay busy, working in my garage a lot, which was something I never did before. So just trying to embrace the 40-year-old dad in me.
I saw you're building a black box comedy theater.
Exactly. Yeah. No, building the home gym thing and built some mat space and all that stuff.
So you've been building a gym in your garage because you are a martial artist.
Yeah. I mean, I do jiu-jitsu. People think of karate and things when they think of martial arts, and I guess it technically is a martial art, but I just feel like it's just wrestling.
How long have you been doing jiu-jitsu?
I started training a little over 7 years ago. It was something that I'd always kind of been curious about, especially once I started watching MMA, which was at first I felt like it was something I shouldn't be into, but I totally got into it and figured out that it was actually more of a sport than just brawling. And that aspect of jiu-jitsu where it goes to the mat and the smaller guy can use technique and leverage to beat the bigger guy. And so finally walked through those doors and have been training ever since.
Cool.
And jiu-jitsu is, for me, it's just so fun because it doesn't feel like it's working out, but it is my workout. And so during this whole quarantine thing, it's been a bummer not having that.
You compete as well, correct?
Yeah, I have competed. And right after I got my purple belt 2 years ago, I competed at Worlds.
Nice. Straight ankle. Stay tight. Good, Riley.
And I got silver in my category, which is really cool. And then it was kind of surprising.
Well, congratulations.
It's one of those things that I do once a year probably. And it's just to kind of challenge myself and have fun. And it's always nerve-wracking leading up to it. And then once you do it, you're like, I'm so glad I did that.
Yeah, and it must be nice getting your head out of work or out of your other creative pursuits. You're a director and you make films.
Yeah. I made a movie called The Art of Self-Defense that came out last year, starring Jesse Eisenberg. And before that, I made a film called Faults a few years back.
I love Faults and I love Art of Self-Defense. They're both great. And Art of Self-Defense just was so funny.
I appreciate that. When I actually have to talk, I'm not that funny, but when I get a chance to sit and write something, that's where I get to shine. And so I feel like the screenwriting process is my favorite part of it now.
In the Art of Self-Defense, because I also love working with ideas of toxic masculine things. And when growing up, it's this side of the coin is heads and this is tail. It's the duality of everything.
Totally.
And karate is such a good place to approach that because it's physical competing where you need to please someone above you.
There's a hierarchy and a cult-like mentality to it all. I mean, even in jiu-jitsu, there are belts and it can be negative or it can be really positive. And in my case, it's really positive, but in the movie, it's taken the extreme and made very negative.
I'm glad you chose karate, Casey. It's an excellent martial art and will likely change your life. Would you like to go first?
Maybe you should go first.
Okay.
Nice.
Jesse Eisenberg, you guys clicked or something because it was just such a good film.
He trusted me. It definitely made him do things that he wouldn't have done or did them in a way that he wouldn't have normally thought to do them. There was one take, he's on the phone in the middle of the night and he gets a call from Sensei. And I remember the way he did it the first time was more naturalistic. And I was like, that was great, but can we try it a little bit more removed? And he goes, okay, yeah, I can do that. And then he did it.
The men, the ones who attacked you. Would you know their faces?
They were wearing helmets, motorcycle helmets.
So you didn't see their faces?
Why are you asking me this?
And I was like, that was perfect. We're moving on. And he goes, you like that take? Because that was bad acting. And I was like, no, it's for this movie. It's perfect, I promise. And after that, he had my back all the way through.
I saw some articles you're working on a new film, right? It's called Duel.
Yeah, Duel. I'm not working on it yet, but like there's talk of what's going to happen post quarantine and stuff about film crews. I'm still not trying to like get too far into it because like you don't know what the regulations are going to be, but the things that I've heard people being prepared to do are pretty insane. But obviously everyone needs to do it to be safe.
Yeah, and it's Jesse Eisenberg again.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say too much about what he does, but it's a fun little role.
He dies at the end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, you have a great vinyl collection.
Yeah, I've got tons of vinyl downstairs.
Let me just see your top 3, because I love your collection. When you post them on Instagram, I'm like, this guy gets it.
Well, let's see. I've also got my dumb like labels, so that's almost like you're at a record store thing. So.
Is there a Riley's Picks section?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me see. So yeah, this Locust record is one of my favorites. This guy, Explosions in the Sky, when I was in high school, this one came out, and being from Austin, and they kind of were a Texas band.
Yeah.
And then I'll pull out this guy too, Mogwai.
Have you been watching or getting into any television or movies that you could recommend to people right now?
It's funny, I actually have been watching a ton of the Bon Appetit YouTube channel.
You're also big into baking and other cooking stuff, correct?
Yeah, it's a fun stress reliever. I like cooking a lot. The baking part of it I haven't done in a few weeks, but I will probably bake some bread again here pretty soon. And then I've been making pizza. I got a pizza oven.
I was going to bring that up. Those look good.
I'm listening to I Am Legend right now, the Richard Matheson, the audiobook.
The Will Smith film. I Am Legend actually has one of my favorite scenes in cinema.
Man, it's good to be free. Now, why don't you go celebrate your freedom with your own friends? But I don't have any friends. And I'm not going out there by myself. Hey, wait a minute, I got a great idea. I'll stick with you.
You a mean green fighting machine. Together we'll scare the spit out anybody that crosses us.
I like Shrek.
So you do live alone?
I do live alone, yeah.
What can you say to other people that are solo, and like what are you doing to sort of stay healthy mentally, physically?
Don't drink as much as you are inclined to do. Finding that thing that makes you happy in terms of working out. For me, it's been the garage stuff, but I can't wait to get back to jiu-jitsu. Yeah, man, I don't know. I try to stay in touch with friends, and I do the social distant hangs where you're like on the other side of a fence and stuff, and you hang out for a little bit.
It seems like you're staying healthy and busy.
Trying to.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Riley. If anyone hasn't seen it, they have to see The Art of Self-Defense and Faults, and I'm looking forward to Duel whenever I can see that.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, and yeah, good luck with everything.
Great, man.
Awesome, man. Take care.
Stay healthy.
Riley Stearns, everybody. So great to have him in the studio. And from the looks of things, it looks like my computer is freezing up. But if this is going out super smooth, I want to say thank you to Riley Stearns. Be sure to check out The Art of Self-Defense on Amazon. If you use the promo code Joe's Room, you can get that rental on HD for $4. Thanks so much, Riley, and we will see you guys on Friday with our special guest, Jen Stark. I mean, let's hope the credits roll, right? Because everything is frozen. Oh my goodness. Whew. You know, all considered, it was a pretty good show, though. Riley, you know, it's great catching up, and he's just a guy that's just inspiring to watch because he's pushing himself and he's doing what he loves. You know, and you got to stay positive. You just got to, that's the best stuff you can do. I'm going to be looking into these technical burps of ours, but I mean, personally, I think the show's been getting better. And depending on how you feel, you could write in at Joe's Room, it's Joe's Room, at gmail.com. And that will get your message straight to the room. See you guys on Friday. It's been a lot of fun.